First is fire the shop up, because I know everybody wants to see the shop run. And use the power hammer to draw out a piece of 3/4 inch square bar, but is anybody here familiar with Art Nouveau ironwork? It's just the style of Art Nouveau. There's an element that I like to do a lot and put a lot of my gates, and I use it a lot. I like it. Because it accentuates the hand forged aspect. Kind of looks like a poop emoji, but if you look at it from all different planes, it's hard to produce with a machine, and it's hard to make. So a lot of people don't do it. A lot of people don't fool with the Art Nouveau stuff because you just can't take a piece of bar stock and point it and roll a scroll up out of it, and it looks more hand done. So it's what people like. They look at it, they can hold it in their hand, and they can say this is something that was actually beat out by hand, which I found that people like to buy a whole lot more than just scrolls and rings and hoops. So anyway, I'm going to fire up the shop. Can I get everybody's attention? Just be careful of the belts. Just watch what you're backing up into. I mean, there's pretty much that one right there. Be careful of. Otherwise, everything is safe. Just don't touch it if it's moving. First thing I'm going to do is just point this piece of 3/4 inch square bar. Does everybody in here know how to draw a taper? Okay. A lot of people don't. The key to it is starting at the very tip and then working your way back and doing it consistently. If anybody wants to see any of the machinery run, just let me know if you want to play with it. These pulleys you see up above each machine are the on and off switches, basically. Is it? I don't talk loud. I can't. Oh, did you see your vise? You see your vise sitting out there. go. Titanium. It's light, isn't it? Oops, let me get around this way. You're right. I'm just. The first thing I'm going to do is bend out the basic shape. kind of like a heron, the bird. If anybody has any questions, just ask. You might have to come up a little closer so I can hear you. I'm used to working in here by myself. It's like,
What are the rings again?
they're called line mice. They're to keep the shaft clean. If you ever have to move one of the pulleys and the shaft's got rust on it, especially the cast iron pulleys, the ones that are split, you can loosen them up and they move a little bit easier. But if you try to move one of the cast iron ones and it's got rust on it, it's not going anywhere. The tolerance is so small.
It's perfectly level, right? Even though the ring is going.
Yeah, and so they just run back. That's why they call them shaft mice, because they look like little mice running back and forth. Shaft mice or line mice.
Mice?
Mice, like a mouse, like a mouse.
Oh, mice. Shaft mice.
And they're actually the dip rings that go inside the bearings. Each one of these bearings has 2 rings in it that goes down in the reservoir and picks up oil.
Yeah.
And that's all they are, it's just extra dip rings. They were really thinking when they designed this stuff, the only thing they didn't include was a way to tell when the reservoir is full. So if you'll notice, there's oil spots under each one of them. You just fill them up until it starts running out the end of the bearing. They call it the constant loss lubrication system. It goes in and eventually runs out.
Like old Harley.
Yeah. I check them about once every 6 months. And it's got about that much oil in the bottom of each one. So, as a matter of fact, I put some in that one last night just to see. I put like 5 squirts in it and it all ended up in the floor. Came right out. And of course, these are bending pins. Yeah.
More safety?
No, it's just because it's hard to.
It's what?
It's basically
For you to see it.
to get it up higher, because if it were down here, it'd be about right here. These would be in the way. It's just for height.
Right.
I don't know why they did it that way. A lot of the old power hammers were just really short. I mean, so I blocked it up. I had it on 4x4.
That's not high at all right there, yeah.
No, I mean, if you took it off, literally the dive would be down here and the guide would be right there. I'd have to, you know, bend over to see it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. And this one's got a yard. It's actually, I cut a hole in the floor and poured a yard of concrete underneath it. Makes a big difference as far as the noise is concerned.
I was going to say it was kind of quiet.
Yeah, because to sit it right on the concrete, first it'll crack the concrete, but it also acts like a drum head and just casts the sound all over.
Yeah, first I was thinking it was the height of the pulleys why it was raised, but adapt that.
Taffy. I think I burnt the tip off of it. Sticks sometimes. And it blows the blade in that one backwards. I'm going to do the rest of it by hand. Taffy, why are you laying right in front of me? And yes, I have a white dog in a blacksmith shop.
How old is that puppy?
She'll be 13 in December. Yep, she's got some miles on her. She's been a good dog, though. She's the most docile animal I've ever seen in my life. The chickens boss her around. I gave her a steak bone one day and the chickens took it away from her. And she just stood there like, what am I going to do? I'd always had German Shepherds up until we got her. And that wouldn't have been an issue with them. But they're also a lot more, you know, work. She just lays around and watches me. She'll lay in front of the power hammer.
I mean, it's nice and quiet and rhythmic, you know what I mean? So, you've got a little fireplace.
It is. So I tell people, it's like working inside the machine. And it sounds like the rain's finally showing up. Just one more time. This is the anvil stand George Smart rescued for me. I left it in my old shop because I didn't feel like moving it. It's an 875-pound block of steel. And he went over that. I went back a couple of days after. I thought I'd moved everything to check, and there was a line going out of the shop into the driveway and disappeared. He went over there and drug it out because he knew I'd want it back.
You got it set up, I mean, for yourself, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of space. It seems like.
I like having the heavy stand because I do a lot of work on the side of the anvil. And this doesn't move. I mean, it might a quarter inch in 3 months. And it's also clean. I don't like a lot of stuff around the anvil.
Yeah.
Hanging up and getting in your way because I'm over top of it so close.
Yeah, I saw you had the hammers on the wall instead of.
There you go. And there you go. But you see what I mean when I say it looks forged? You look at it from all different directions. There's no consistency in it. It's wider here than the stock you started out with, narrower than you started out with. I've always liked this style. And it takes a lot more work, but it's worth it. The only problem is when you got to make two of them the same, which you can do. But you have to make them both at the same time and do each bend at the same time. Make sure you don't get ahead of yourself. That rag behind you. These look good in gates. I've used this in pot racks, gates, beds. Yeah, you can pass it around. And you can keep going and draw that bill out on the ends of them and just keep drawing it out and drawing it out. It looks really nice, in my opinion.
like snakes as a person?
Huh?
Do you like snakes?
I made the first snake laying up there.
Okay. But I mean, do you like them? I mean,
I'm ambivalent towards them. I just,
okay, it's not like your favorite animal.
nah, they're fun to make. But over at my old shop, I had a problem with every spring the wrens would come in, build nests all over everything, and I had a regular London pattern anvil then, and I made this. It hooked around the horn. It won't work on this anvil. And laid on the anvil. Scared the birds away. It looks more like an eel than he does a snake, but this was the first one I ever made.
Oh, okay.
And it worked for about a week. And then I came in one day and there was bird crap all over it. Once they figured it out. I did come in, I had on, for some reason they built their nests up in where the stack went out down in the cinder blocks. And my old shop was basically the same layout. I came in one morning and I went around this side of the power hammer and something caught my eye. I didn't know what it was and I turned my hand. I mean, lost a piece of metal I had. Yeah, where's I set it? Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't know. There you go. I'm losing it. I redid my tong rack and I don't know where anything's at. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're gonna lay right there. Need a puppy. Yes. Next thing I'm gonna make a poker, just a fireplace poker with an Art Nouveau style handle. It's gonna be simple. It's kind of Art Deco, Art Nouveau. Hey, making my tongs fit. Huh? I learned a long time ago, having tongs that fit makes life a whole lot easier. Because I went through the phase of trying to make and do with what I had.
Now you know why this electrical shop had 400,000 euros.
Yeah. And actually, one of the handiest things is that MIG welder over there. Just weld something to it and there's your tong. Cut it off when you're done. I'm gonna fire the shop up again. What is that? Is that your book? I ain't mine.
I don't know whose book it is.
It's not mine.
No, that's right. No,
Huh?
That's Drew. That's Drew's. Drew Alexander.
Oh, okay. I have to look at it when I get done. I like that. It's a bug. I like that blower better because it blows harder. How's it going? good. Grab that. Who's that? Who's that?
What's your name? Brixton. Brixton. Roger.
Nice to meet you. There you go. That'll work. You take some of my shop home with you. There you go. You can sit on that. One thing I need to do, I need to change the pulley that runs this hammer. That's as fast as it'll run. I had a 1100 RPM motor up there that went bad a month and a half ago. That one up there is 850. So it changed the dynamic of everything in the shop. So I got to change this pulley right here. No. Huh?
Can I ask what kind of temperature are you looking for as optimal?
About 2,500 degrees.
25.
Yeah. 2,800 it starts to burn up. Have you done much blacksmithing?
What's that?
Have you done much blacksmithing?
This is my first exposure to it ever.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Thanks. It is fun. I was going to college for journalism when I got involved in it. Story to that. But yeah, I just dropped out after 3 years because I became obsessed with it. Oh man. I'm gonna be over here in a little bit. Not right now, but I will be. I'll let you know. That's good. I can't see nothing. Snow blind. Now I'm going to come over here and use this.
Yeah, we're gonna head back.
You can take the stool with you if you want.
Huh?
You can take that with you if you want.
Yeah, thank you.
Uh-huh. I made. A little doogly right there. Okay, and there's that shape. I'm doing the same thing that I did on the I'm at the point now I can shut this off. Excuse me.
Well known as shopping. Look like some of it's
Well, that one up there blows harder than that one does. The one up in the ceiling blows a lot more air than that one does. And that's just an electric blower. I don't have to run the whole shop. And I'm at a point now where I don't need all this stuff going. So. I just forgot to turn that one off. That one sticks sometimes. That's what this stick is here for. Like a You using coal or gas or both?
Mostly coal.
Yeah. I got a little gas forge, but I rarely ever use it. I've built like 5 of them. And I use them for a little while and always end up going back to coal.
If I have a bunch of small parts, I'll put them all in the gas forge.
Yeah.
If I'm doing production stuff.
Exactly. That's what I use mine for. It's like pointing pickets and stuff like that. You can stuff 10 of them in there and you don't have to worry about it burning them off.
Making basket twists if I have a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, they're great for that. The only problem is the restriction, which you can put in and out of them.
That's a really cool slack tub.
I had a bucket, I mean, you know, like a 10-gallon kettle forever. And you could put anything long in it. You were restricted, no matter how big it was, you were restricted to that height. I think it was an old hydraulic tank. I just cut the top of it out.
Pretty neat. The perfect size.
And I got the big 60-gallon tank outside. It's an old air compressor tank. I put long stuff in it. Ultimately, I plan on putting gutters on the shop to feed it. We'll probably put a couple of them just to collect the runoff. I'm gonna have a ton of runoff. And the plan is to put a, you know, extend the shop out that way, just an overhang, store all my metal in. It's a work in progress. How long did it take you to, how far did you have to drive to get here?
2.5 hours.
Really? That's a long way.
Long enough. I had to get up at 5:30.
Really? I didn't go to bed till 4. Stay up all night cooking barbecue.
My wife works until 11,
Uh-huh.
and I make her dinner when she gets home.
Really?
So we usually have dinner around midnight. So 5:30 is early for me. I don't usually get up till 7:30.
Depending on where I'm at, I usually sleep till about 7. Unless I'm out at the farm, then I get up at 5.
And I'm a morning person. I'd rather be up early.
I used to get up early, I mean, and I still get up early. I mean, I can't sleep past 7. And usually I'll lay in bed for an hour before I get up. Drift in and out. Do you have a treadle hammer?
Yeah. Clay Spencer.
Okay.
Mine was made in 92.
Okay.
By Clay.
It's a handy tool. That's a very, very underrated tool.
Oh yeah. If you know, once you figure out how to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about getting a fly press. John Elliott brought I don't know, 5 or 6 of them over from England. I can't think of anything I could do with a fly press that
I use them for a couple things.
I've gotten to where I hate anything that takes setup or tooling that I have to make. I don't know, I'm just gonna be getting old. I don't even like change. That's why I got so many angle grinders, because I don't like changing.
Fly press is really nice for just small shelf brackets.
Yeah.
You can make right angle bends, just stick it in.
I actually
Pop it.
started building a hydraulic press and ended up selling it to Peter Buchanan, because for 5 years, I got this far from finishing it, and I just didn't have any interest in finishing. I'm gonna have to use this vise. Yeah, it's not working. But yeah, this electric blower doesn't blow as hard as the one up in the ceiling. I think, well, I know, it's going back, because you can put your hand up over that and feel the air coming back to it. I need to put a shut-off valve in that pipe, because it used to work fine when I had it over to the other shop. That's why the fire is not roaring. But that one up there will blow the coke out of it if you let it. You see the one on the front porch?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, you can.
I've had two blowers in the past that were way too big, too strong.
This one is, it actually says on it, cupola and forge blower. It's like that big.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna set it up to use as a fan. Yeah, just put duct work, yeah. Where do you get your coal from?
The father and son, they came out of West Virginia.
Lyle and
Yeah.
Lane or Lonnie or
Lonnie and the Burns.
yeah.
Yeah, Burns,
Okay, that's where this came from.
I buy a whole truck of it. Lonnie Burns.
I think
They supply leads. I buy like 5 tons of
I've been buying my coal repairs.
Monger. I got more vise than I need.
That's a nice vise.
Yep. I found this in the back of a junk truck. I pulled up behind him and I was like, yeah, it was in the back of a pickup truck. Guys going to the scrapyard. And I flagged them over. They thought it was a railroad jack because the screw was out of it, laying beside it. And they thought that's what they wanted for it.
I bet you that's all the light you've ever needed.
Actually, that's why I got that one over there, because this is more than I need most of the time. Take this over here.
About 20 odd years ago, I hooked me up with some coal ones at the old tobacco plant.
I don't like a lot of dust in it.
That's the only complaint I have about this coal is it's got so much dust in it.
Where you get your coal?
Same guy.
I think it varies from like
Yeah. I mean, I used power plant coal for 15 years. And it was as good as this as far as coal goes and coke, but it had a lot of clinker in it. The thing I liked about it was the clinker all went to the bottom, and once every 2 hours you could pull.
What kind of coal was that?
It was power plant coal. It was an old tobacco company, American Tobacco in Richmond, and they had huge brick room building for it. They brought it in with train cars and dumped it into hoppers, and it fed their power. They made their own steam power, and they shut down in the 70s. And it was in there. A guy ran an ad for it in the paper, free coal. I think John Elliott went over there and got some, and we tested it. And I mean, it coked up nice, and it burned really hot. And somebody here locally, they actually turned it into apartments. That coal bin is now like the, what do you call it, where you go to the office, where you go to rent the apartment. But, so they had to get it all out of it. The stuff was 10 feet deep in the floor, and then it had mounds, you know. And they got a big, giant vacuum cleaner and went and sucked it all out. And some guy here local in Chesterfield, you've probably seen it on Facebook. He's advertising it for coal. He was at the 25th anniversary thing. He had some there. But I was getting it for free. I mean, you can't beat that.
Roger, I like that coal.
I know, it was good. Like I say, the clinker. Yeah, the clinker, you had to clean it out about every 2 hours. But like I say, this stuff, you got to chase the clinker around in it because it doesn't really congeal at the bottom of the pot like that did. That stuff, I mean, one solid clump, right? Boom, that's it. Yeah, it'd be like a little bowl at the bottom. I used to throw it in my driveway over in Lakeside. The dust in this and the coke is good, but it's hard. I think this load had a coke button was number 9, which is about as hard as you want it to get. Because I got the stat sheet on it. It was like 9% ash, which 7% is about as high as you want to go with that. But it's a little bit more, but it burns cleaner. What kind of hammer do you have? It's an air hammer, isn't it? Nasal?
Same mag.
Okay.
It's a Tom Clark hammer.
Okay.
50 kg,
What does that equal out to in real weight?
110 pounds. And I don't think that includes the die.
Yeah.
I think it's 110 pound ram, and the die is an extra 10 pounds. I'm
don't
taking
think I've-
notes. I like that little stand. That's pretty neat.
I can't, yeah, I did that. I used to have the stuff hanging around the anvil like everybody has, and you catch your pants legs on it, and a little too hot.
What'd you start with? Like half by one or something?
I think it was 3/4 by 1.
3/4 by one.
Yeah. I got, it's whatever, it's just right here. It's a bunch of drops I got at the scrapyard.
Yep.
And again, I like making this style because you can't, it's forged. You can tell just by looking at it, but it's not really hard to do.
It's all forward.
Yeah. There, that's my touch mark. I think I'm gonna curl that more. I like it more. There, that looks better. There you go. Little fireplace poker slash zombie apocalypse weapon.